Very well done. A great film with Selma. Yes, Selma, a great film, but the box office problem that would probably occur this week is it was also or is also playing the same week as Taken, which was a very popular action movie. It's become a franchise. You know, Liam Neeson and that whole group of folk. Luc Besson, which I do enjoy them too. I'm going to see that as well. But I just want to talk about Selma for a minute because Selma, as you know, is a 2014 film. It's based on a true story, the true events of 1965 Selma to Montgomery civil rights marches, and is directed by the beautiful female African director, Ava DuVernay. This is important because if she receives an Academy Award, because she did a fantastic job with this movie, she would become the first African-American woman to win an Academy Award. I know, so many years, but that's just the way it is. All right, so let me tell you something about this Selma movie. This film exercises excellence in filmmaking. You're going to enjoy it with regard to Dr. Martin Luther King being the centerpiece of the movie, but then it also explores some of the other characters within the movement. So there's a little controversy. You know, whenever you make a film that's based on historical fact, or that you're claiming it is, you're going to always have fact checkers. You know, these fact checkers are going to come and they're going to look things up and they're going to research it, and then they're going to, you know, give you some backlash or some problems if it's not the way that they feel that it should have been interpreted. But don't worry about that. Right now, just enjoy the main focus of the film, which is that the marches were there in order to bring attention to the civil rights issue of voting, and it became successful regardless of how it came about. This is just someone's interpretation, and it's wonderfully done. It's wonderfully done. These events are not that old and not that far behind us. I mean, some people actually, they still remember this. They were there or around in that era. You know, these are recent events, basically, in our history. So you're going back in a time machine to 1950s, 1960s, and you feel like you're there. You know, the frustration you can feel, the humiliation you can feel. Martin Luther King is played by the handsome Daniel Oyelowo. Oyelowo plays the Reverend Martin Luther King with such zeal and conviction. He brings his issues right to the forefront. And you feel whenever he's frustrated or whenever he's insulted, you feel it. You do. Okay. He previously worked with Oprah in The Butler. He played her son. I don't know if you guys remember The Butler. Okay, so that was a 2013 film. It was with Forest Whitaker. Carmen Ejogo plays Dr. King's wife, Coretta Scott King. And remember, whenever there's a great man, there's that great woman standing right beside him. The great spouse, whatever you want to call it, okay? But you know what I mean. You know, it's hard in this world that we travel in this universe, to do things all by yourself. A lot of times somebody helps you. It's okay. The music is fabulous. It's very majestic. As you hear the orchestra, kudos to Jason Moran, John Legend, Carmen. There's a lot of stars in this movie. You also have Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr., Tom Wilkerson, Tim Roth. And I just want to say that Lettucey played Mahalia Jackson, and she's such a good singer. I'm glad she's getting some recognition. This is a young woman who's been singing for years, and she has one of the best voices around, but she's not really mainstreamed, and this is wonderful that they gave her this opportunity, right? I must say that when I first observed Oprah in the Selma movie, I felt taken out for a moment because of the enormity of Oprah's fame and celebrity. I know I sound blasphemous. However, she does have a body of work. I realize that with regard to her acting career. But you know, it's been 25 years since she's been nominated for 1987's The Color Purple. And a whole generation, really, they don't know her as an actress per se. They just know her as this beautiful and glamorous talk show host. And this young generation knows her exclusively as this rich, wealthy black woman But most of us who are older than that, maybe Oprah's age or about, we remember this billionaire Oprah Winfrey. And we know that she has firsthand knowledge of the civil rights era, that movement. Not just her age, because I believe she's like 60 or 61. But also she'll be 61. Well, you know, she's in that age bracket. Okay. If you ever hear Oprah speak, Oprah has often spoke about her youth, sleeping on a porch, emptying the slop jar. She remembers hard times. So I said, well, you know what? Stop laughing because it's Oprah. Because Oprah knows about, she knows about hard times, you know, and the South and all that kind of, that's where she grew up, right? So you're going to enjoy this film. You're going to enjoy Oprah in it. The whole cast does a wonderful job. I think it's going to get a lot of awards, and it should. You know, it's an important film. It's a powerful film, and it's a film whose time has come, because we've seen a lot of TV shows and specials, and I think maybe the reason why we hadn't seen so much of this is because you can see raw footage still of the civil rights movement, of the civil rights, yeah. You can see raw footage of the civil rights movement. A lot of it has been retained. You can see the violence. You didn't really need the movies, right? Because there it was right there. And it was kind of very difficult to watch even now. You're going to see yourself tense up when, you know, here comes the police, the dogs, and the whole thing. So, yeah, the original footage is chilling as well. Right? But you might have seen it so many times if you studied American history to any extent. That's part of our dark history, unfortunately. So this film is heartfelt and timely as we observe so much polarizing events that are occurring throughout the nation, right? And across the United States. Okay, so 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Selma, the movie, easily comes in at a 4.5. You must see it. It's an event. Go see Selma. I think you'll enjoy it. I did. So until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.